What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Active Self-Protection. I am Chris from Tactical Advantage, and today we're going to talk about one of the things I really enjoy discussing with people, and that's eliminating waste or movement that you don't need in your draw stroke. So with that, let's get to it.
LuckyGunner.com is my go-to resource for in-stock, fast shipping ammunition. Whether you're looking for rifle ammo, handgun ammo, rimfire ammo, or shotgun ammo, go to LuckyGunner.com for the best place on the internet to find it all in stock and ready to ship. They have stood by us all in this ammo pandemic, giving us great education via their YouTube channel and their ballistic testing as well. Go and check them out and find great ammo ready to ship at good prices.
Okay, as we talk about a superlative draw or a very quick, repeatable, controllable draw stroke, one of the most important things we can talk about is the input of motion where we don't need it. So from a draw stroke perspective, we're talking about arches and circles. So getting the gun out and getting it to a presentation point, that's a circle. What happens a lot of times is we see a lot of extra shoulder movement, a lot of things like that, a lot of head movement, and all of these things will just destroy repeatability of a draw. That's why you could see an administratively very quick draw stroke, but it'll end in fishing because the dot's not where they need it, or something's happened in the process that makes it end in a non-favorable way. So this video is really going to focus on a very simple exercise I kind of put together to help people get more feedback to understand where that movement's coming from. And it's really simple. You're just going to do a draw or a series of draw strokes, but you're going to place your back against a wall and the back of your head against the wall, because what that does is it introduces some tactile feedback, touch, that lets you know something's happening that doesn't or shouldn't be happening in your stroke. So what happens a lot on the range is a coach or someone like that will tell someone, hey, you've got a lot of shoulder roll going on, or you've got a lot of head movement going on, and the actual client won't believe that feedback from somebody because they don't feel it or don't understand that they're doing it, because they're using really visual inputs, things like that on the range, with not incorporating the other senses that they have. And I've found this to be extremely effective for someone that's trying to self-coach. So really a couple things we're trying to eliminate. We're trying to eliminate shoulder movement that does not need to be there. Because if you crank your shoulder, what happens to your head? Right? We're going to be moving, we're going to be swaying around. And or head movement that may not be driven by the shoulders, like hunching forward, things like that, which makes it less repeatable to catch your dot or put the gun in front of your eyes where you want it. So really simple stuff. We're just going to do our draw stroke. Not so much worried about how your feet are placed or anything like that, but you just want to have that extra feedback so I can feel the wall. I can feel the wall right here on my head. I can feel it on my shoulders. You don't have to, exaggerate or lean into it. You just want it touching you in a way that you can feel what's happening. And then we'll just perform our draw stroke, get our dot where we want it. So if we exaggerate some shoulder movement, I can feel all that happening now. I can feel it in my shoulders. And it's almost like a coach having a hand on you. For the people that have been to gun school, have you ever kind of felt an elimination of a habit or something like that the moment somebody touches you? The moment a coach touches you and says, hey, you're bunching up right here. And you'll feel that shoulder rise or you'll feel that head move. This effectively does that for you in your dry fire practice and allows you the ability to start correcting that. So really simple stuff. It doesn't always have to be complicated, right? And that's really what I do when I start feeling tension or things like that creep in. I actually do this. So it's not just for movement, it's actually for too much muscle use, which I'm actually very prone to. I can feel my shoulders bunching up and they don't need to. It's counterproductive. And really just doing some draws, and you start noticing where the flaws might be because you can't move. You can't do things you shouldn't do. I shouldn't say can't, but you immediately know. So this isn't something you have to spend a lot of time on, but it will make a big difference in how much movement you have in your draw. So we do that a little bit, we get a little bit tuned up, and that's really how you build a stationary kind of platform with your draw stroke. So this applies to static shooting. You're really trying to develop your draw, and once you have all this stuff, it's eliminated from the process. So if you were doing draws from motion or things like that, you won't put in anything that doesn't need to be there. So this applies all the way across the gamut of application of a draw stroke. So with that, we've done that a little bit, feeling pretty tuned up. I'll get a couple draws in and just kind of watch. Do you guys see a bunch of head movement? I have a tendency to creep my chin forward a little bit, but this helps me just keeping my head stationary and bringing the gun to me, not me to the gun. Nice. We'll do one or two more. Happy, happy, happy. So yeah, we'll just do one or two more. That felt pretty good. I didn't feel a bunch of movement going on, but just in case, we'll go back to our benchmark and make sure everything is as still as it can be. And that's it, guys. These are little tricks that don't really get talked about much, but they provide superior feedback in a very, very quick fashion and help you kind of eliminate some of these things you may have been struggling with. At least that's my hope. So give it a shot. And the next couple videos, we're really going to be talking about tying all this stuff together, using some laser cartridges to kind of prove to ourselves that this has worked, and then moving on to live fire. So I can't wait to do that with you guys. See you next time. Keep up the good work.